Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda, and I'm a PhD student and research assistant working in the BC Brain Wellness Program. I also facilitate our mindfulness classes, and today I'll be taking you through body scan meditation. So we'll be going through from the tips of the toes up to the top of the head and just slowly noticing different feelings and sensations occurring in the body. This meditation might make you recognize certain discomforts that are existing in your body. But I really urge you to stick with it and just allow yourself to experience what's there as it is a practice. That being said, I also want to recognize the fact that all of you are joining in today from different places and different time periods, as this is a YouTube video rather than an actual class. So I unfortunately don't have my community of you here with me to meditate, but as you're doing this practice and while you're here right now with me, I invite you to just really recognize the fact that you're not doing this alone. Other people, other individuals in our community are watching this video, maybe at different times, but we're all in this together and we really are connected in that way. So that being said, I'll get started. And before we start, I also just want to say, normally we talk about this at the beginning of our sessions, at the beginning of our course, but since we don't have that here and some of you may be new to meditation, I just want to say it's okay if you lose focus, if your mind starts to wander, if you get really, really tired, especially with this practice, just keep going. It's okay. And yeah, I just want to say it's okay for any of those kind of feelings to come up. Try not to judge yourself. And if you do judge yourself for having your mind wandering, then just recognize, oh, I'm judging myself. So that being said, we'll get started. So to start, I invite you to all take a comfortable seated position. You can also lie down on your back here. Now, if you're lying down on your back, I invite you to put your arms by your side and facing up. So you kind of want to have like this, but while you're laying down, so that if you do fall asleep during this sometimes relaxing exercise, you'll wake up when your arm starts to fall to one side. That's a little trick of the trade. So whether you decide to be lying down or seated, just take your time to get to that position and we'll start. You can start by closing your eyes and we'll just take a few deep breaths here. Now, if you're seated, you want your spine to be as straight as possible, your chin forward, as if someone's pulling you from a string, the top of your head. Eyes closed. And just notice your breath to start. No matter what happened before this moment, no matter how busy things may have been or what's going on in your life, right now you're choosing to be here with me in this practice, with all of the other viewers watching this. We're here together, just recognizing our breath to begin. Now start to just be aware of your breath as it's happening. Maybe you notice yourself taking some deeper breaths here. Breathing in through the nose, notice the movement of the air as it moves through the nostrils and filling up your diaphragm, your chest. And as you exhale, notice how it feels to release that air. And as you breathe, just notice this air filling up your body and releasing. Notice when in your inhale do you feel that expansion of your stomach and chest. Without labeling it, just be aware of how long it takes for that expansion to occur. And as you exhale on your own time, notice how long it takes from the start of the exhale for you to feel empty. And without forcing any changes in this breath, just be aware of your body doing the breathing. Notice any coolness or heat in the air as it enters the nostrils. Notice the temperature of the air as it leaves. And on your next breath, I invite you to start paying attention to your toes. On your right foot, the tip of your big toe, and on your left foot, the tip of your big toe. See if you can pay deep attention to both of these toes. Notice any pressure, any prickling sensation, the temperature of your big toes, what your big toes are resting on or surrounded by. Just notice the feeling of these big toes. And move your awareness to all your other toes, from the toe next to your big toe, all the way to the smallest toe, the pinky toe. Notice any pressure, any tingling, the temperature of these toes. Notice all of your toes in unison on both feet without feeling the need to move your toes. Maybe you notice the space they take up. And we'll move our attention here to the balls of our feet. If you're sitting, notice what the balls of your feet are resting on. Notice the pressure of the floor touching the balls of your feet. And you can move your awareness up to the arch of your foot. Notice any kind of pulling, any pressure, any temperature changes. And we'll move to the heels of our feet. Notice where your heel connects to the arch of your foot. Can you feel that space? Can you feel where your heel meets the ground? Just noticing what the heel feels like in your body. And we can become aware of the entire foot, the bottom of the feet, the tops of the feet, both feet together. Notice if they feel heavy, if they feel light. Notice how cool or hot they feel. And we'll move our attention up to the ankles. You can notice your inner right ankle and noticing the outer right ankle, the inner left ankle, the outer left ankle. And we'll move on the right leg, up the shin, noticing the front of the shin, how it feels, any sensations, any fatigue or pulling tension you might feel in your shin. Just noticing this and allowing it to be as it is. Noticing the right calf muscle, the back of the shin. Noticing any heaviness or lightness in the calf muscles on the right leg. Any pulling. Can you accept any discomfort, anything that's there? Just allowing it to feel the way it feels today. We'll move to our left shin, noticing the front of the shin, how it feels, any temperature changes in the front of this shin. And noticing the left calf, any tension, pulling. Just becoming aware of the left calf from the inside, deep in the calf muscle, to the outer skin. And allowing any sensations we experience to be there. It's okay. And I invite you to move your awareness up to the right knee, noticing the kneecap and the front of the knee, and noticing the back of the knee. Any prickling, any sensations there. The outside of the right knee, the inside of the right knee. And bring your awareness to the left knee, the front of the left knee, the back of the left knee, the outside of the left knee, the inside. Notice as you pay attention to your knees, any other body parts that you begin to feel. Notice any pressure in your kneecaps. Just becoming aware of how our knees feel in unison from deep within the knee to the outside. Maybe you send your knees a little thank you for all that they do. And we'll move up to the front of the right thigh, the calf, the quad muscle. And the front of the right thigh, we notice deep within the thigh, the muscles there. Notice any pressure, tension, pulling. Notice any feelings of the nerves in the thigh. Maybe you notice the skin of the thigh and any temperature that you feel at the skin level. From the skin all the way deeper into the right thigh, just notice different sensations you may experience. And I invite you to bring your attention to the left thigh. From the skin of the left quad, notice if it feels cool, hot. Notice if you don't even feel any temperature difference there. And bring your awareness deeper into the left thigh. Maybe noticing the muscles of the left thigh. Any pulling, tension. Maybe there's a lightness there. Just become aware of any feeling in the left thigh that you're experiencing. And feeling both thighs, left and right, in unison. As you continue to breathe, just noticing both of those thighs, from the front and the quads to deep within the thigh, into the back of the thigh, your hamstrings. Just allowing them to be as they need to be in this moment. Allowing any tension to be there. And I invite you to move your attention up to both of your hips, the left hip, the right hip, the front of the hip bones. Notice any pressure. See if you can locate, if there is any pressure, where in your hips that pressure is coming from. See if you can pinpoint any comfort or discomfort that you're feeling. And I invite you to move your attention to both of the glutes. If you're seated, noticing where your glutes hit the chair or wherever you're sitting. If you're laying down, notice the feeling on the floor and any pressure that may bring. Just becoming aware from the hips through the pelvic region to the glutes. Any pressure, tingling, discomfort. And I invite you to move your awareness up to the belly button area, around your lower stomach. As you continue to breathe, maybe you notice with the breath how that region feels. I invite you on each breath to notice if the pressure or sensations in this region by your belly button change. Maybe you notice any muscles you may be holding, and you get to decide whether to continue holding tension in those muscles or whether to release it. And both options are perfectly fine. And you can move your attention up from where your belly button is, through the body to the spine. And we'll move our focus up the spine slowly. So where the spine meets the belly, noticing any pressure in the spine in this mid-back region. Maybe you notice any muscles in your middle back that may feel tight. Noticing where your back meets the chair, the floor, or the air. We'll move our attention from deep in the middle back all the way to the skin of the middle back. Becoming aware of the muscles, any pulling, any tightness. Just allowing what you're experiencing to be the way it is. Noticing any levity, any lightness in the middle back that you may be experiencing. Maybe you notice fatigue in this area. Just becoming aware of what that feels like to you without needing to label it. And we'll move our attention up the spine to the upper back, noticing the spine of the upper back, the shoulder blades, any tightness, tension you may be holding in your shoulders. Maybe you notice your trapezius muscles on top of your shoulder, holding your neck. Any tightness or tension you may be holding there. Notice what these sensations feel like to you. Moving our attention forward to the heart region. Can you feel the beating of your heart? Just focus here on the beating of the heart with the breath. Maybe as you focus on your heart, different emotions will come up. Noticing any thoughts, emotions, and sensations that are occurring as you focus on your heart. And I invite you to bring your attention over to the shoulders, the outsides of the shoulders, your left shoulder, your right shoulder. Again, noticing any tension, pulling. Notice anything you're holding in your shoulders and just allowing it to be the way it is today. We'll move our attention down our arms to our biceps, the fronts of the arms, the triceps and the back of the arms. Any tightness, any looseness. Noticing our elbows. We don't often notice our elbows, so maybe spend a few moments here to just be aware of these elbows, the outer elbow to the inner elbow, giving it thanks. And moving our attention to our forearms, the left forearm, and the front of the forearm, the bottom of the forearm, the right forearm and the front of the forearm, the bottom of the right forearm. Noticing if it's touching the ground, where the forearms meet the ground. And we'll bring our attention to our right hand from the tip of the right thumb, noticing the thumbnail, noticing the bottom of the right thumb, any sensations, prickling, coolness or lightness in the right thumb. Noticing the space that your right thumb is taking up. And moving your awareness to the right index finger, from the bottom of the index finger all the way up to the top and tip of the index finger. And I invite you on your own to move through each finger on your right hand from the top to the bottom, just noticing what sensations are coming up for you here. The fingers are very sensitive, and we have the opportunity to become aware of what different sensations are coming up for us and allowing them to be. So take a moment here to just notice every finger on the right hand. Notice any cool, any heat, any prickling or any pressure. And I invite you to bring your awareness to the right palm. Notice if it feels sweaty or cold. Notice how it feels from the inside out. And the back of the right hand. Just noticing maybe if it's touching anything, what that pressure feels like. And bringing your attention to the entirety of the right hand, from the tips of all your fingers to the palm, all the way to the wrist. Notice any heaviness or lightness in the right hand, and just allowing it to be. Now, I invite you to do the same thing by bringing your attention to your left hand, from the tip of the left thumb, noticing how your left thumb feels. Noticing differences in how your left thumb feels. And I invite you to take a moment here to go through each finger of your left hand, focusing from the tip of the finger to the base of the finger, and noticing any cool heat, any pressure, pulling, or tension. Just becoming aware of the sensations of the left fingers. Moving the attention to all of the left fingers in unison, and to the left palm. Notice any moisture, any cool feelings. Notice any prickling sensations or sensations of the nerves, and any muscular tension. Noticing the back of the left hand. And noticing the entirety of the left hand, from the fingertips all the way to the wrist. The whole left hand, noticing how it feels just being there. Noticing both of your hands and thanking them for all that they do for us. And from the tips of the fingers up the arms, we move to the neck. From the base of the neck up to the top of the neck, where the neck meets the skull. Notice any tension you might be holding in your neck, any pressure. Can you continue breathing and allow that tension to be there, accepting the state of the way your neck is feeling? And we'll move our attention from where the neck meets the skull, up the back of the skull to the top of the head, as if someone was patting you on top of your head, just noticing the scalp, noticing any levity, any heaviness, tension. What does the top of your head and your scalp feel like? We'll move our attention forward to our forehead. Notice any muscles you may be holding in your forehead. Noticing your eyebrows, the left eyebrow, the right eyebrow, any tension, any tightness. Moving our attention to the nose, the tip of the nose. Noticing the tip of the nose, maybe you notice some levity, the absence of sensation even. Just becoming aware of anything you feel or are not feeling in the tip of your nose. Noticing your nostrils as the air comes into the nostrils, how it feels, the temperature. The left nostril and the right nostril. Moving our attention to our lips, noticing any smiling you're doing, or maybe the desire to smile. Noticing from the outer lips to the inner lips, any tension, any muscles we're holding, and just allowing it to be as it is without the need to change, only the choice to change. Notice the tip of your lips and the skin of your lips. Maybe it's touching the other lip. Maybe you notice coolness or heat on the outside of your lips. And we'll finish off by bringing our attention up the face to the eyes. Just noticing the eyelids. Noticing the feeling of the eyes. Noticing the space between the eyes, where the eyes meet, where the nose, the top of the nose lies. And as you focus on the space between the eyes, I invite you to just take a few deep breaths here and just become aware of the thoughts or lack of thoughts or emotions that you may be having. And if you lose focus, no problem, just bring it back, maybe with a smile, to the center in between the eyes. And as you breathe, just becoming aware of any thoughts. I invite you to notice your body as a whole, from the tips of your toes, up the legs, up the spine, to the top of your head and your arms as well. Noticing your body as one complete piece. Maybe you send some gratitude, some thanks to your body for being exactly as it is and for getting you through and for all that it does for you. Maybe you thank every part of your body from the tips of your toes to the top of your head for getting you here today. Noticing the room you're in with your eyes still shut. Noticing sounds around you. Notice the sounds that are the farthest away from you. And bringing your attention in to sounds closer and closer to you as you experience layers of sound. Noticing the sound of my voice and my background sounds. Noticing the sounds of your body. Noticing my presence here with you today, whenever you're watching this video and wherever you're watching this video, my presence is with you. Noticing your presence and your awareness, listening, focused, and feeling the attention of all the others watching this. Thank you. I invite you to open your eyes whenever you're ready. Thank you for being here with me today or whatever day. And thank you for listening in. And I hope that you take one of our mindfulness courses. They're free and you can sign up on our website at bcbrainwellness.ca. And I'm Amanda. Thank you. Have a great day.